So how do I know all this stuff? You're saying if somebody would dare to say, if there's somebody that dares to say that this did not exist, how would I know all these things? Who was employed back then? How can I go out there all the way to the Struga castle and point out like this? You get it? You don't say there was no MK Ultra, that I don't have the proofs, because I can go right now with the police and I can do this right now.
Hi, little child Harry. Fact of the matter is that under MK Ultra there is a blonde boy who came yesterday with his accomplice. Yesterday was Saturday, June the 30th, 2018. I was here at approximately 10 o'clock, and these two individuals were on duty. I'm not sure, I think they're receptionists, something like this. The other one might be a cleaner, might be a room attendant, something like this. I have no clue. Might be even a waiter, who knows. I told them under MK Ultra, I promised them, I said, listen boy, he slapped me under MK Ultra, he slapped me. I told him, listen boy, I said, you know where you're going? He said no. This I told him under MK Ultra. You're going to London. And he looked at me and I said, he said, you're never gonna make it to here, this never gonna be, this and that. Yeah, I said, but you're going to London no matter what. If these people here would only know what London is a toilet compared to this thing here, okay? I guarantee you, your friend Prince Harry is, he gave a good tip here to the people. He tipped them very well. Royals tipped them very well. But once you depend on them, believe me, you don't really want to. Okay, that's all I want to say. Obviously, this is a beautiful dam. I will return here in the daytime, so you will be able to see it. But right now, that's all I can offer. It's basically infrared. This tree is here. They would do stupidities. How they're gonna hijack me, that I'm gonna stay here, and for surely enough they will get me. If I would go to this island where I'm going right now, sure enough I would be abducted, especially because there are tourists here. There are many tourists here, and because there are tourists here, sure enough they will take me away from here. They're gonna come, of course, Americans, of course, Germans, Italians, not the Moscow, not the Belgrade. In the late stages, in 2006, 2005, that's when no longer they could hide their bullshit. No more lies. They couldn't hide them anymore. But that's when they become a little more open about who is behind it all. Добрый вечер.
Okay, and I got him. You see this part of the bridge? This is the bridge I have talked about. They later on have removed. So here's the proof. Okay, yeah. This is the clip. You see this here? This is the number here, 2446. It ends with, this is the clip right here. There you go. 2446 ends with, this is the clip. Exactly as the clip. Let's go back. I'm sure you remember my story about the bridge. This is the part they actually have removed, and here is the proof. This is what I claimed is the proof. This was created on when else than June the 30th, 2018, and in continuation you're gonna see me filming removed bridge just few days after. So you see it? Yes, you do. You see it right here. You see it. Right there it is. You can see it. The bridge is right there in place. I'm going to play one more time the whole thing for you so you can see it. The bridge is there, folks. I'm so glad I got this thing. Whew! Look at that. Look at that. This is the bridge.
We're going
You can see the bridge.
now exactly to the...
There you go. Now we're getting on the bridge. I'm on the bridge now, and I'm heading to the other side.
Yeah, you can't see this like a little.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to see the. I'm standing right now on the bridge.
Under this
Let's go.
bridge.
There you go. Hey, there you go. That's the other side of the bridge. There you go.
Yeah, but
You
they
see
have
it?
people here from all over
So
the world. All
beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so there was such thing like part of the bridge on both sides. You have seen it, you know, with your own eyes on both sides of the bridge. It was there. I'm saying this because I did return twice and have filmed twice. Once you already have seen it, and I'm gonna record one more time. Actually, play you a recording one more time when I came back. That part of the bridge is actually missing. What was interpreted to me under MK Ultra by the local Serbs here as unwelcome. And it's not only about unwelcome to Netanyahu's knees, but it's actually unwelcome to the both of us. Foremost to me, it's unwelcome because now in Slovenia, according to Alexander Vucic, it's the Serbs that are in charge. Serbs, you see, the Serbs in Slovenia now decide about us native Slovenians, whom we're gonna be allowed to marry with, or I should say, what woman is gonna be allowed to marry whom in Slovenia from us natives. This is how Alexander Vucic see things as through his net of criminals here in Slovenia. That they're the ones now in charge. They are enforcers, some kind of a vladikas, some kind of rulers that decide over us how it is going to be. This is real, folks. Let's go on with it. So both parts of the bridge already were in place 2 weeks ago. They were there. You have seen it with your own eyes. True, recorded with infrared Android camera. However, recorded, and that makes me happy about having proof for my claims.
We're going now exactly to this little bridge here. This is another beautiful place here. Yeah, you can't see this like a little stream here. Part of the river actually that goes under this beautiful bridge. Yeah, but they had people here from all over the world. Polish people. From all over the world. Beautiful place for picnic. They used to have here like a mud parties like they have in the US. Billy Hillies, they have that stuff. Like a festival, it's called festivals here, otochets. And they would have music here, all kinds of stuff like that. And they stopped doing that stuff because they claimed because of me, so that I would be safe, because they could easily take me from here and stuff like that. Those are just borrowed power theories. Of course everything was because of me. Here is what Vucic dream about Serbian divers. Folks, you cannot really drown here. This is like a shallow water, like half a meter deep. You can go inside. I swam here many times. It's a very beautiful place. And so, now it's dark now. He gesture would have divers here that would come, and they would just jump out of the water and grab me and pull me inside and take me out. Other scenarios where there's like an island right there, gotta show that in the middle of the day, in the daytime. If I would ever dare to swim, that's a boat at them. Behind that island, they would, the only thing that would happen, they would pull me under the water, give me a CPR, load me in a vehicle. We're going to Belgrade. Vucic is a crazy thug. This individual is obsessed with the violence. This is a radical, very dangerous individual. That's all I can say. Crazy. Dangerous because he's not mentally fit. Because this individual is mentally incapacitated, in my opinion. So that's why it's dangerous. you know. I wouldn't say unpredictable, he's very predictable, but stupid is the right word for it. And there is a castle down there, that's where we're going. This is what this looks like in the daytime. Now.
Okay, this is just gorgeous, it's beautiful. You see the number here, it says 2047, 2047, 2047. Let's go. I already have demonstrated you one tape, then I returned and I have video recorded it again. This is a 2047, there you go. And this thing here, ladies and gentlemen, this was just filmed. Let's see this thing here. July 1st, 2018. I am very, very proud to be owner of this tape to present you on with now.
You probably understand why people are so impressed with this place. I don't know, I was told there are cameras in here, and I believe there are cameras here. Macron used to come here, he loved to come here in the mornings and take a swim. He also likes cold water, and he would take a swim up to, there is like an island up there, and then he would come back. Boris Pahar would also do this, and other would do this. I remember this very well. There is, well, I might even go maybe and see that today. I record that stuff as well. It's like, I'm not going to say motel, it's like a hotel complex over there, and they have, you know, all types of amenities, all types of requisites, sports oriented, nice place for people to stay. But this way it's a castle that way. Okay, so I want to take a note of that. Cameras under the water to prevent people from drowning. And yeah, exclusive people have actually access to those. Castle authorities will not confirm any of this information. Whether they do them or not, I cannot confirm this as a fact. I cannot say that, but there was tremendously a lot of talk about these cameras here, about the cameras here. And I understand they have them all over the property, by the way. Prince Harry was totally paranoid. There is like a little house over there. We're in a very bad shape. That's where he would go. That's where he would go and change his, you know, how do you say, kopalke, bad custom, that's for the ladies, shorts, whatever he used for swimming. This place here, this was, there were all kinds of people here, like I said, Polish people were here, lots of young British people, Germans, Israelis, all kinds of people were here. They had picnics, they enjoyed.
Okay, so I was pretty damn sure that you're already not gonna see it this time, but I still see that both of these parts of the bridge are still in place. I can still see that the next day on July the 1st, look, you can see it, it's still there, everything is still there. So they removed this a little later then.
But they caused a really great harm. To me personally, these people ruined my life. For them, this was like a game. You know, of course, they're not young people that are guilty for this stuff. But for me, this was not a game. At the same time, whenever not brought from the US, from Miami, Florida, I worked like an animal. My idea was to purchase me a home in Slovenia, either in Slovenia, because things were so disgustingly wrong in the US. They have totally ruined my life. They totally declined me, you know, any kind of possibilities in the US, or eventually house in Florida. And at that point, in the end, I already had over like $45,000 saved, and was very interested, motivated in purchasing home in Florida for like $150,000 in Tampa Bay and Naples area. And in the end, you know, we don't want you in America anymore. That's George W. bullshit. Ruined my life totally. American citizen tortured him like Guantanamo prisoners, worse than that. Ruined me, tortured me for no less than 8 years to get his shit going. And in the end, it was time to kill me. That's a castle of torches right there. George Bush was panicked about my case. He insisted and insisted and insisted how I'm gonna go to Israel. How I'm gonna go to Israel. But nothing indicated my will to go to the Israel. Everything indicated my launching complaint against him and the US government. And every time I did this, he had people slapping me. Whatever I told him, no, this and that, boom. And I was beaten up. This is a reality, folks.
All right, here's the clip. 210844. 210844. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna take this here. We're gonna pull the information about the clip. You can see this thing was done on July the 12th. It's 11 days later. And here is what the clip looks like.
Stuff here. What you see here is missing on this side of the bridge, and can you see
there you
here
go.
is new.
There you go.
Appeared to be just replaced recently. Okay. Now, was it just replaced recently? I would say I do not know, if I'm completely honest.
I'm gonna play your tape now.
Maybe just one more time, since today is more light here. Okay. Just one more time about this here. About this stuff here. What you see here is missing on this side of the bridge and can be seen here as new. Appeared to be just replaced recently. Okay. Now, was it just replaced recently? I would say I do not know, if I'm completely honest. I also do not believe it was replaced recently. Fact of the matter is that this year still, and you're talking about 2018, when I started to walk around here, I don't know what actively was, what was it, March, something like this. They still have this thing here, the same as it was the one from 2005, 2004, 2006, 2003, and so on and so forth. And they have warned me about this stuff, that because of me and because of the nieces of Netanyahu, they're gonna go and they're gonna welcome us. They're gonna make like a special welcome, and they're gonna change this and make this a beautiful bridge across to this little island. That's where Prince Harry was, and she loved to be here too with the Prince Harry. But anyways, in case I would talk against the Serbs, of course, this thing would be like you have seen on the other side, that they moved and those kind of scenarios. The reality, I believe, is that what you see here was actually already replaced, I believe, in 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 was exactly, I believe, like this. I believe that the old part of the bridge, I'm talking about the old one, was probably, I would say, stored somewhere inside of the castle, someplace in a storage room. And the only thing they did is they made an impression on me, you know, and probably with the idea that I would go and claim that it was like this up to now, up to 2018, on what they have done such and such stuff. No, not true. There might be people from Holland, Germany, who knows where, who might have taken videos, photos of this place here in 2014, 13, 12, 16, 17, whatever. Yeah, and you know, if I would make this kind of claim, they would say, well, you see, this guy is a schizophrenic. So I'm not making this kind of claim. I'm just saying exactly the way things are. They do everything possible, anything possible to make me look like this. So I'm not making those kind of claims, or instead making the proper rational claim. That much about MK Ultra that pertains to this.
I have to present you with another tape. You're also going to see somebody who stalked. Basically, it's the same tape, and it's another proof with another date that piece of the bridge afterwards was missing. Very important for me, very important, crucial proofs. In respect to the stalker, I already have suggested, explained, and I still have proofs. I have to put them online. Novo Mesto Police Chief, now known as Yanis Ogulin, is, in my opinion, individual is mentally sick. I'm going to go straight forward to the core of the issue. I think he is mentally sick. I think he's a criminal, and pretty much all criminals are mentally sick because they commit crimes, and for the rest of their life what they do is they basically run from one issue to another. They are on the run. And I say that he is mentally sick because he asked me under MK Ultra. See, this is yet another proof about Ogulin. What do I think about his mustaches? So what I'm suggesting is we go back to 2005, 2006. Dude had mustaches. I know the mustaches can be shaved, but he had them. And there you go. More problems for you guys. Josh asked me actually whom do I remind him of? On what he gave the answer to me on the partisans. Well, he is not connected to the partisans. Chetniks were not connected to the partisans, and this guy is connected with Belgrade. He is totally in bed with police station, main police from Belgrade, with Alexander Vucic. In fact, this individual wanted to cover up for the Vucic at all costs. He would go abduct me for the Vucic. He is extremely dangerous terrorist, and have contemplated on creating scenario to bail the Serbs and Russians out of the mud for the stuff they have done by involving local people, some with mixed marriages, like I already have explained. Slovenian guy married to a Serbian girl would be way out. Then you have another guy married to a Bosnian. I think the girl is from Bosnia, but he's Slovenian. Then you have yet a bunch of people that one guy was actually, understand, from Bosnia, but he would have this black beard like Slobodan Jovic here, and a bunch of other Chetniks, undisputable Chetniks. You're talking about locals here from Novo Mesto. Again, I'm not saying that all the Serbs are bad people. I'm talking about people that were extremists. I'm talking about the Chetniks. Bunch of people like this that would be used for me to come out forward and say he did this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and the next thing what they would do is, this was already on the scenario. This Vucic backed him like this. It was Alexander Vucic, and I heard both of them talking about this stuff because both of them were present at Otočec. You're going to do something like this for us. You're going to do this. And it was yes, I will do. I will do. So what you're about to see, the day earlier, there was a guy. I understand the Serbian. Now you got to understand the Serbs, Croats, Bosnian, they have the same language. They have the same last name in many cases. And so I can be Serb, but I can say I'm Bosnian or I'm a Croat. And it goes the other way around. Serbs bully all the time Croatian people, like you have seen on this soccer World Cup right now in Russia, they claim that Croatian players, they are Serbs and stuff like this. So it's just totally messed up. It's a total division, divide and conquer, racism, hatred type of culture that's coming from Serbia these days. This is just a fact. It's no different than what the case was with the neo-Nazi Germany in World War II, before the World War II. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter if it's coming from Germany or if it's coming from Serbia. It makes no difference. Who said these things cannot come? Who said that yesterday the one that fought against the Nazism cannot become a Nazi himself? Who says these things? These things change all the time. The one who suffered yesterday becomes the tyrant of today or tomorrow. And the other way around. It is nothing, there's no rules apply to these things. You understand? And so what they did is this individual, Vucic, they wanted to impress Slovenian people here, so they got the guy with the Clio, and again, another proof. I claim that his car, his little car, and I think that was a Clio, and the individual works in a local Renault, at least that's where he worked back then, if they didn't lie to me. He would go and try to impress for the Serbian Aleksandar Vucic with his Clio. He would stop the Clio, then he would step out of the car and he would be big. And I am Serbia, živela Serbia, and so on and so forth. Stupidities. Total Balkan bullshit. Primitive as it gets, but that's Aleksandar Vucic. Everybody knows in Belgrade too. So, the day earlier, this individual stopped at the semaphore light just as it was under MK Ultra scenario, and over there I was instructed, run when you see this guy, run. I don't run from anybody because I got no reason to run from anybody. I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't do anything criminal, and I got no intention to run from anybody. So I went to him. He had like a big cross and this and that. Now the thing is that Croatians also have a cross and so on. The individual that you're about to see right now inside of the car, you're not going to see it. Two individuals inside of the car. One appeared to be Slovenian again. The other one appeared. It could be Bosnian, it could be Croatian, it could be Serb. I have no clue who that could possibly be. What that could be. It could be from Slovenia, it could be born here. You don't know what that could be. Under MK Ultra, however, I will suggest that when you see this by the Janis Ogulin, he didn't say that. He had other people say to me like this. When you say the stuff like this, you got to say at least who these people are from. So when they abduct you, they're going to at least know whom to address with the issue, abduction issue. It's a bullshit. What they want to do is they want to get description of the vehicle, possibly even tag, description of the people, which they already know because they were already involved in MK Ultra. The next thing what they do is they come up with what Vucic have asked, local now chief of the police scenario. These are not Serbs, they are somebody else, and so on and so forth. You get it. So they are, it was Serbs, and it doesn't matter if these people are, they're not, it does not make any difference. This is a bullying, this is a harassment, it's a stalking. And I have explained precisely who was involved in it and who is trying to get this political schizophrenia go on. Hey, you got nothing left anymore here to say, for God's sakes. So what you're about to see, understand, that individual right there might actually not be Serb, whatever he is, but on behalf of the Novo Mesto police, he is, you know, they are performing this kind of stuff. All those cars that stopped, all this bullshit that goes on, this is all well synchronized bullshit to get me say, you know, to record somebody and say, well, you know, these are not, so the police would come, well, but you know, these are not really Serbs and so on and so forth. Folks, I remember MK Ultra on In and Out. You don't understand. Under MK Ultra, I studied the abuser myself. You don't understand. I study his psychology. I study what he thinks, why he would think. I study a million things about a person, about every person. I got to know these people more than what their wives know them. You get to know the person when the person have authority, abuse power over you more than what you would ever get to know him otherwise. That's when you really get to know the person, when person is an authority in power to do with you basically whatever he wants. That's when all his frustrations, issues, everything comes out. And I'm pretty damn good, I'm pretty damn smart at that stuff. I know it. You remember when I grew up, how I grew up? I grew up around the issues like this. I grew up in this kind of world. So I got to know the psychology, the people, what, this and that. I studied this shit all my life.
Okay, this is one more time a bridge basically that relates exactly to that situation in the house. Actually, Serbs unwelcoming me, native of Slovenia, in Slovenia basically. And that's what it looks like on the other side of this bridge. I got some crazy people right there, Serbs again, stalking around, looking through the window, just being bizarre, that's all I gotta say. This island, I'm used to it. This island here that you see here, this was the Prince Harry's. Spent a lot of time here with companions. But it was not the only one. A lot of people would come here. Polish like this place here. I'm not going to go into details who liked what here, but I can tell you I know quite a lot about this place here. We are the basically our torches. You can see the castle. You can see the lights of the castle right there. That's basically where we are. So this Serbian scenarios, MK Ultra abduction scenarios, are getting kind of hilarious. I had the other day dude that works in local factory Renault. That's at least what I was told under MK Ultra. Is employed in a Renault factory, local factory Renault, and well, got a big Orthodox cross, Serbian cross on the chest. Is driving a blue Clio older model. It was used under MK Ultra along with a Vucic. In a quite stupid scenarios that actually quite fascinated locals on stupidity of Vucic. I mean, Vucic really knew how to fascinate people with the total stupidity. In respect to this island here, maybe I did record this stuff, but then I have deleted this stuff. So today, since I'm here, why the hell not? Vucic was obsessed with the scenario on how he would have divers. And the car that you have seen, one individual appears to be from here. The other one really appeared to be somewhere from Serbia, whatever. I don't pay attention to it. It seems to me that they are just, how can I say, they're stressed about. Prince Harry loved this place.
About this dam, our camera is inside under the water. Macron would go for a swim here every morning from here to the island over there. Seems to me these people are more nervous about me than I'm about them. I don't really pay any attention to it. I don't really care about any of it. Vucic suggested that I would have to stop for the sake of the great Serbia. One time they would abduct me as a warning, then they would release me. The second time they would kill me, according to the Vucic. So after the first time, if that's going to happen, I can tell you there's not going to be a Serb left, a single one here in Slovenia. I guarantee you that. Yeah, and this is already a very difficult situation for them. Stuff like this they do. They're not even our neighbors, dude. And you know, playing with the natives from here like this. Maybe Muja, Serbian Muja, psychiatrist who tortured me here, gestured me the stuff that he can do to me in Slovenia as a Serb. He took that as he was proud about the stuff he did to me, actually. Yeah, so you tell me then this guy's not mentally sick. Tell me this guy's not sadistic, lunatic, and work as a psychiatrist in so-called Ljubljana University clinic. Not even hospital or anything like this, not even mental ward or anything like this. In reality, this used to be known as it was a notorious Ljubljana Polje, loony asylum. Very, very bad place. Numerous people died over there.
Belgradian hospital at one occasion and have threatened me that I would have to spend my time there eating medications. And as far as I remember, that mental asylum in Belgrade, that was so damn poor. If you would see those people in there, that was really, really suffering. I have actually asked him, I said, to be exact, why do you have things like this here, like this? Why don't you take care? What is it with these people? And he said, well, it's got to be this way, like this. It's got to be because of the people like yourself. So that we take care of the people that oppose our views and so on. Donald Trump, Mr. President of the United States of America, the criminal that along with John McCain and George W. Bush have literally subjected me to the MK Ultra torture, Guantanamo-like torture, and have granted himself the right to throw me out of the United States of America, insisted on my changing views into pro-Serbian views. Pro-Russian and pro-Serbian views. This is just the way it is. He hailed Serbia as the country which is going to take over ex-territories of the Yugoslavia. I need to explain about Donald Trump about this. This is a criminal that is unmatched type of scumbag. You cannot find scum like this. You can't find any of that. This individual want us to get murdered. Basically have suggested, I'm sorry. In the US, my name was Bobby, they called me. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. But you can change views into Serbian views and you can join them. If you can beat them, you can join them. That's how Donald Trump sees us Eastern Europeans, including Poles, including Ukrainians, and so on and so forth. Again, Ukrainians have demonstrated very little will, if you ask me, for the freedom in Ukraine. This is not how that's done. But when it comes to Poles, Poles are not very little related to the Russians. We are related to the Poles, and Poles are related to us. Czech, Slovak, Poles, Slovenian, Croat people. Different story. Our freedom should not be judged upon actions of Ukrainian people in respect to their own will for self-governance. I don't know what to say in respect to that, how you would sell self-determination. That's like really, really weak. And it's also why I was told that MK Ultra, the European politicians, from Macron to all other politicians, they have claimed that because Ukraine, because of the weak views of Ukrainian people on what is happening and what will happen in Ukraine, they have considered one basically as a part of the Russia. If you give them a weaponry, if you give them whatever you give them, the next thing that's going to happen, they're going to give this thing to the Russia. To explain myself. So why are you going to go and support a system like this when the system like this is going to give himself, or I should say itself, into the hands of the Russia? It doesn't make sense. So the Poles, we are not Ukrainians, we are not Serbs. Slovenians are genetically non-related to the Serbs. So we're not the same people, we're different people, and we do not wish to become anything to do. We had a war here. The liberation from this oppression, Serbian oppression here. If you don't know about what these Serbs have done to Croatia, Vukovar, you have a plenty videos online, go see it. If you don't understand what kind of massacres Serbs were doing in Croatia, Bosnia, on Kosovo, go see it, educate yourself. It's very sad what's happening in the US, I got to say that, in Britain as well, in respect to royals.
I have actually even had idiots right here where there's like a little beautiful stream here, the one that goes right under the bridge. We were on that bridge.
I decided to just finish up this case tonight. I want to make myself clear. The tree that you have seen was already there 2005 inside of the stream, 2005, 2006. The tree that you have seen on a dam already was there in 2005, 2006. I'm going to show you another tree that was there already in 2005, 2006. We're going to finish tonight. We're going to finish tonight. I dare the police, I dare anybody around here to prove me wrong. Alright, I have also recorded this for someone, doesn't matter. You see this tree here? You see this here? You see this thing? This thing was here in 2005, 2006. You see it? You see it. This is a claim I have made, public claim. And I stand firmly behind it. In 2005, 2006, this thing was here. It's possible that they could have that stuff there, remove one, and place one back. But I'm still gonna take my chance, and I'm making claim because there was a lot of people that were taking photos, videos of that place in 2005, 2006, and Poles and Brits and locals around here and people from all over the world that were there. I am making the claims for all these three trees, including the one on a dam. Very, very risky. I'm gonna say like top, extremely risky. If you have seen the tree that I have just pointed you out, it looks like kind of white in the middle, but I'm still making the claim that the tree was there in 2005, 2006, if this is okay. At least in 2006, okay? Give me at least 2006. So that means that, and I'm not talking about when I came back from the US at the end of the 2006. I am talking about, let's say, June 2006. That's pretty fair enough. I'm saying that most likely also was in 2005 in a summer that was there. All these three trees were there. So that's a pretty damn gutsy claim, and those are pretty damn strong. For your information, in 2006 I did not even go there, in that part of the city. I did not even walk one time by. So I make gutsy claims. I can go, I can point out employees, I can do this stuff, and I know for sure, for fact, I'm gonna get a hold of this stuff that I have talked about, from receipts from the hotel and all the way to the deeds, titles of the properties I have talked about. And I already have explained how they have attempted to, you know, do it like this. But I know the truth is gonna come out. It will come out. You can't stop it. Including with the politicians, how they have tortured me on MK Ultra. It was recorded. They had me here
right now, and so I'm not sure which guy was the one with me. Was filming this at my time. Let me see if I can get a better picture of it. This is what I was not capable to demonstrate to you yesterday. There is a castle right there behind. That's a little island where we were. This is why they were coming here. Now, to see the golf course, I'm gonna have to go some other day, but that's really like a super luxury place for you to see. That's a castle right there. It's a small castle, it's not big, but it's such a beautiful place. In the middle of in the middle of the heaven, like George Bush said. In 2007, I think that scumbag came to Slovenia again, but this time, that time on Bled he would go. He would travel everywhere, have a wonderful time here.
So I am making a public statement that in June, when I was not anywhere even near officially yet in Europe, I left in 95, in 94 actually, and I returned officially back. I think it was on 31st August, or might have actually been in September of 2006 that I returned officially in Europe. I'm making claim today that in June and July, all three trees were where I have suggested. One of them, one in the channel, side channel, that you have just seen, and the other one right there, as I have described. Okay, so just no need to talk about which part of the town I went after I came here in 2006 in September. We're gonna make it like this. You can't prove me wrong. You can't prove me wrong. There's no way you can prove me wrong. And this kind of things actually are 100% proof that I am talking the truth. This is not a paranoia. This is not a schizophrenia. This is not a delusion. You can't go out there and know about the people, the employees, and about stuff like this if you were actually not here. I was not here since 1995. Since 1994 is when I left and came back in 2006 officially from the US in September. So I am talking the truth. The stuff that I have talked about, this is true.
Castle. I came from this area here, from over there. This way is to Struga. This is where Donald Trump would go and play golf with Mitt Romney, Gingrich, and all that other cream of American political society.
Here, this is a Struga castle. This is an old castle, not as big as Castle Otočec, but with the biggest ass golf I have ever seen in my lifetime. I'm not a fan of the golf though. Okay, don't get me wrong. Americans, however, they were crazy about this stuff here. How huge, how big, how nice, how wonderful. And they were gesturing about Trdinover right there, top of the Gorjanci, Highlander called, if translated from Slovenian mountain right there. Which I went many times, but yeah, American sport pleasure.
But we're here. This is a castle. The castle is now owned by pharmaceutical company Krka. They have purchased one. And we continue this way. Yeah, basically he would go and he would tell people like this. It's just they need place for the night, and then the people would start to hose them around. Then they came up with all kinds of scenarios. This road here, this is going to the castle, Stari Grad, Old Castle is the name, and I would go oftentimes here. Then the Serbs started to appear under MK Ultra. They have a beacons over there. Look at this. See these things here. They also have a beacons over there, and they come up with a really sick scenarios. Really sick scenarios on how I'm gonna get here a local Serbian woman and I'm gonna have to F her. And if I'm not gonna F her, and they demonstrated to me this stuff too. Somebody else is gonna F her and stuff like this. Last time I went over there, and there were a few of them, they stalked. They threatened also if I would go over there with abduction and stuff like this. So I said, you know what, F that. I don't want to go there no more. Lost the appetite to go to that place. Simple as this. They come here to shit this place, basically. That's all there is from them. They come here, but they don't clean after themselves. They leave the shit all over the place. Oh, here, do not stop here. They're gonna hijack you and so on and so forth. This is just a stop here for the bus. Look at this thing, folks. All this was so abandoned here before all this thing started. You have no idea what this was. There is a truck stop over there. It's a truck stop I was talking about. Okay, so this is this place known as Otoč. It's a recreational place, tourist destination for some people. This is exactly in between Zagreb and Ljubljana. Have no clue how much fish is it to say in English I caught from this bridge. It's very scenic, this place. It's a very beautiful place. You gotta like this place. That's why it was convenient for these criminals to come here. That's why they came here. George Bush and Americans loved this psychiatrist, this Vesna Schwab, and have actually gestured on how they would pay money for her. I'm gonna tell you, there is no money that's gonna buy her. I'm American citizen too, keep that in mind.
W. Bush, George W. Bush is a heavy racist. He did not like this region of Slovenia because of our facial characteristics, whatever. He didn't like people because of the facial characteristics and because one was down south, close to Croatia, therefore deeper inside of what used to be Yugoslavia. I don't know, in respect to Miroslav Berger and people like this, how did they make him feel about this whole thing? Probably was not an easy. He told me that in his speech that he walked in the shadow of the death. He thought about this place here. That's what he told me. But Georgie did like Gorenska. That's a northern region. That's where the Bled and Bohin are. That was very good with the Georgie. That's something that he did approve. That's something that he liked. When I hear the word wimp, the only thing that comes across my mind, that's actually really George W. Bush. This is the coward that you could not very easily find one. He felt very good in Italy, safe. He's very paranoid about this place here, but throwing me in here, even despite that he knew what was done to me, that was okay. That was not really a problem. That's a Georgie.
A truck stop, and it's where they have organized tremendous paranoia on how they're gonna abduct me, this and that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a little bit this restaurant. Yeah, I remember the cameras everywhere.
Hopa Tsupa Abracadabra, year 2006 at least, if not also 2005, 4 and so on. I got a right to say June, July, when I officially was still not here. Like I said, I came here in 2006, in August, September. Abracadabra. Toilet was exactly the same up there. Was already this place for the foot. Toilet was in exactly the same place as it is today. Abracadabra. And bar was exactly in the same position as it is today. Me remember very good Dr. Bornstein, who would go with me up there. He would change clothing in there till they have eventually allow him to change one in the castle. Because Donald Trump is so inconsiderate individual, is just disturbing individual, that you would have a doctor that he would go on a mission for you like this, that he would go and cover up for you like this, do the stuff like this for you, and would just totally disregard you, would not really care much about how you go about it.
Do not go change clothing here and this and that. So these people would go in the castle and they would serve them this and that. But I didn't have any place I could go and change. I should say the guy that was with me, including Mr. Bornstein, that's a physician, ex-physician from Donald Trump, a really nice guy. I mean, they did not even take care of him and stuff. It was difficult for him to even go and change, you know, shorts. He loved to swim a lot. That's a restaurant I'm talking about, and this is right next to this gas station. It really is a truck stop, and it's quite big. Now on the other side, it's basically where you have what I have suggested earlier. You have this large tourist complex. You see, almost like a bungalow type. Huge. Lots of tourists come here. And I'm just gonna demonstrate you a few things.
Once I'm not gonna say they financed, but they greatly helped. They gave plan everything on how to build this thing. This might go now through the local architecture, whatever, but the ideas, everything was given. It all came from the US. Golf, that's a copy of the British one. Highly was encouraged to trespass, go inside and film the areas. Under MK Ultra, they suggested that go inside, video record, like it's like a classroom where you can give speech to the audience and stuff like this. This is where Macron, Merkel, Putin, Bush, Trump, McCain, all these American politicians, global politicians have met. There is a tennis in the back, lots of amenities, nice place. Okay, what you see here came to life sometimes in 2004. And I'm not going to forget what a relief this was for Americans, how they feel good. In fact, there were Americans were the one that facilitated this building here. They were the... Okay, I mentioned the word relief. Yeah, because they hated to go in the house of my father. For one thing, they wouldn't go. Hotel was very expensive. Hotel Castle Otochets. Castle was very expensive, like I've already explained. They had arguments, fights, all kinds of stuff went on because of the money. And when it came to Metropole, Hotel Metropole, that place could not compare with this one here anywhere even near. In fact, it was sometimes in 2004. Sometimes in 2004. But... you know. So there you have it. Lots of amenities, tennis here, all kinds of stuff people can do. But look at that. It says video surveillance right there. Now go and video record from the inside. Not a smart idea. It wouldn't work out. It would not work out. It would be a stupid thing to do. And trespassing, highly encouraging. Just go record. I don't think so.
There you go. It's a beautiful dam. Would you like to swim in this? Prince Harry did enjoy it. Basically, this is where I grew up, and you know, I fished here the entire river my entire life up to age 20. What was I? 23 when I left to the US. American animals, beasts, this subhumans did not understood what the fuck was going on here in Slovenia. They don't even want to understand what's going on today in Ukraine. The only thing they wonder about is, why in the hell would you go to Miami? Why would you trade this for Miami? That's all there was. And the next was, because he must be mentally retarded. Excuse me. This is how it was. And with the Prince Harry and with his young British hysteric females who would come here and would cause like total hysteria. Make sure you're gonna film this, make sure you're gonna film that, and make sure you're gonna tell them this. Folks, it's like they grew up here, not in London, not in that shithole, London shithole. And I was the one who grew up over there and came here for a visit. Basically, this is how the fuck that was.